I'm back, and welcome to another round of Web Wednesday. It feels like I've been away for ages, but let me give you a quick rundown of the last few days' news from the world of automotive and tech. And we start with one of Germany's finest car brands, Mercedes-Benz. Now there's more pressure than ever before on car brands to make a car that's not only fully efficient, but also enjoyable to drive for its enthusiasts. And Mercedes' AMG branch think they might have cracked that. They're set to really bring the fight to Tesla's Model S P100D, as well as the Porsche Taycan Turbo 4S. Naturally, this AMG's got a name, and give me a sec, it's the Mercedes AMG GT63 SE Performance Coupe. Quite a mouthful, that is. But if there's one figure that you take from this video, it's this one: 831 brake horsepower. This is AMG's first plug-in hybrid and features a twin-turbo 4-litre V8 petrol engine that's mounted to a 201 horsepower fully electric engine. That electric motor is actually derived from the hybrid drivetrain of the Mercedes AMG F1 car, and is said to give optimised weight distribution as well as the quickest possible deployment of torque. It all sounds pretty fancy, doesn't it? Pricing and availability on this new hybrid monster is yet to be released, but it's likely to be around the £141,000 mark. Not cheap, but powerful all the same. Next we head to Facebook and Mark Zuckerberg's grand plan to make offices like this a thing of the past. He's created a new piece of software called Horizon Workrooms. It uses VR headsets for your teams to connect, collaborate and create. You can meet teammates across the table, even if they're actually across the world. It's not a bad idea, even if it is a bit of a gimmick. Naturally, those tech critics have gone to town on it, and they're really not that impressed with it. For us, it just screams one of those products that you're going to use once, you're all going to have a bit of a laugh on it while somebody drops the virtual pen on the whiteboard, and then you're never going to use it ever again. There's not really anything wrong with a real office like this, and even if you are hundreds of miles away, there's so many good options out there now for video recording. But now let's talk about our main topic, and it's one we actually wanted to talk completely off the cuff about. E5 Petrol is no more. It's now turned into E10 Petrol, a cleaner, more efficient fuel that's now been rolled out into all petrol stations across the UK. E10 is set to revolutionise the current cars we own. That's if your car's eligible, and you can check on the government website to see if your car is. Thankfully, most modern cars are, but there are some exceptions, including classic cars. And there's actually set to be only a handful of petrol stations across the UK that will actually stock the E5 Petrol, used in most classic cars. The numbers do look impressive on E10 Petrol though, as it's set to reduce carbon emissions from transport by up to 350,000 cars per year. That's some serious figures to contend with. But this got us thinking, if petrol is now cleaner than ever before, is there a world where we can run electric cars as well as petrol cars running this E10 fuel together? There's been so much pressure on brands as well as consumers to make the plunge to go to a fully electric, and many people argue in Britain that the infrastructure isn't there yet, and to be honest we would agree. Creating a cleaner petrol might actually be the answer for the time being. Let's take a look at it in a real world situation. The all new Honda E, a fantastic looking car, a great piece of technology, but it's £28,500. It can only reach about 140 miles on a full charge of battery. If we look at that car from a 5 and 10 year perspective, in 10 years time that battery is going to be charged thousands of times from empty to full. Is it really going to have that 140 mile range still on it? Petrol engines don't seem to deteriorate, as cars from 40 or 50, 60, 100 years ago are still using petrol now. Now I'm not saying petrol is the answer here. I've actually got a 31-year-old Mercedes that spends more time at the petrol station than anywhere else. And I actually love electric cars. I think the concept is genius. I love the get in and go nature of them. The fact they're so easy and they're so filled with some of the most amazing technology. But is there a space where this E10 or E15 or E20 where this super clean petrol in the future actually becomes alongside the electric cars that we can buy? It'll actually probably make electric cars seem far more desirable in the long run, as you don't actually spend time fueling the cars, and electric cars have so many benefits from the government right now. As always, we'd love to hear your thoughts on this one. We're going through a really strange era with cars at the minute. Are you in the market for an electric car right now, or are you going to sit and wait and see what happens over the next few years? And as always, thank you so much for watching again guys. It's great to be back in front of the camera. We'll see you next week for a new round of Web Wednesdays. Take care.